Hello and good morning. It's Thursday, April 2nd, and I realized that I haven't posted a new vlog in a while, and my last couple of vlogs were kind of emotionally charged, if you will. But I needed to take a break from myself and, all of the emotional things that I was feeling and going through, and really start to figure out, my next move and what I'm going to do professionally. And during the last week, or since the last time I vlogged, I definitely took some time to really analyze my relationships, because one thing I'm realizing through all of this quarantine situation is that relationships are really important, and forgiveness is really important, and self-healing and self-care is really important. And I had a couple of situations that I felt were very insensitive to my position within this quarantine type situation. Me being in the hospitality industry, 80% of the hospitality industry now out of work because of this and that sort of thing. And, I had some people in my life that were just complaining because they have to work from home and they would rather work in their offices and things like that. And I realized that my emotions were starting to get the best of me, because I started to snap at these people. And at first I wanted to apologize, because I'm like, that's not me. I don't like snapping at people. I have a pretty good control over my emotions. And turns out at that point in time, I didn't. So I did what any spiritually responsible person would do, is let people know, like, hey, I'm kind of going through it right now. My emotions are all over the place. I feel a little bit raw, etc. Please excuse me and my, the possibility of an emotional outbreak. And for the most part, everybody understood. There were only, a couple of people that were like, but I need. And unfortunately, that was a trigger for me. That was a sign for me that I needed to reevaluate their position in my life, whether it's, temporarily for the time being, or, permanently moving forward. I still haven't decided yet, but what I will say is, through this quarantine, you definitely are, learning who's there for you and who's not, and who's important in your life and who's not, who you need versus who you want, and things like that. And that's what I'm wanting to share in today's message, because I was struggling and not knowing whether or not I would have a business come May 1st, or when all of this quarantine issue is over. Now, luckily, I got some really great news and I'll be able to keep my doors open, but still, it really still has me thinking about who's important and what's important. And it also has me realizing that those thoughts are okay. It's okay for me to put aside the things that I do for others or have done for others in the past in order to take care of myself. And that's what I want, I want you to take from this vlog. And I know that I did one before that was about self-care during quarantine, but that was more of a physical self-care. This is more of a mental self-care, and it involves, the people around you. I mean, for me, there are some people that are going to be in my life regardless, and it's just something I'm going to have to come to grips with and adjust to accordingly, and some people that aren't. And that's okay. It's okay for me to put somebody on pause until I figure out what I want to do with them, or if I'm okay with the position that they've chose in my life. So, this is a different kind of self-care. This is mental self-care, which is just as important as physical self-care, if not more. I hope that you're doing well during this time. I would love to be able to interact with you and keep the lines of communication open. You can text or call me or video chat me at 480-779-0667. And stay positive and stay healthy.